Journalists in Bono region have expressed deep displeasure following report of military brutality against media general correspondent in Northeast region. The Bono regional chapter of Ghana Journalists Association (GJA) is calling for a swift investigation to ensure that perpetrators are held accountable and prevent the recurrence of such incidents. The chairperson of GJA for Bono and Ahafo, Madame Regina Sion-Bene, has strongly condemned the military personnel involved in assault. She urged security institutions across the country to accord respect to media and general public. Madame Sion-Bene emphasized that even in instances where citizens violate law, security agencies must allow legal process to take its course rather than taking the law into their own hands. She lamented that pattern of harassment by security agencies has become far too common. According to her, many journalists now feel unsafe and uncertain of where to seek protection, as the very people tasked with ensuring public safety have become the ones intimidating and assaulting them. She concluded by calling on the state to provide maximum security for media practitioners while also advising journalists and the media owners to prioritize their personal safety, noting that they should live to tell the story rather than becoming the story.
My name is Regina Benesian, GGA chairperson for the Bono region. I'm happy to have the opportunity to talk about the recent attack and intimidation about the press. The trend that is taking is very serious because the security that we know, they are the people that when people offend or when people are being attacked, people have to run to them for security. But those who are to protect us are rather maltreating us, intimidating us, putting fear on us, not at any time, but the time that we are having our duty. And it's very, very serious. The recent one that happened at Kaswa, that the journalist was attacked by fire service. Government intervened and ensured us that the person who committed that crime will be prosecuted. And we're looking for it, not knowing another one was just emerging. That's recently at Wale, a journalist who was also performing his duty was also attacked because he parked his motorbike on unapproved area. He was beaten by military officers, even though he was wearing Onia TV dress. He was wearing it all right, but they did not take concern of that and move on to beat him, which has been a recent emergency cases that is emerging in the country. That the Mother Association in Accra has taken lead, has organized a press conference about it, but those of us in the region too, as the chairperson, I'm also adding my voice to it, that is very unconstitutional because the constitution says the journalist should be protected, and that is supreme. And so we need not to be attacked on duty. And so we are calling on the president again to come into this case too, and then to ensure that the military who took this action are also being prosecuted or action is taken against them. And what we have realized too is that the intervention of the politicians, the religious groups, and others intervening in such issues is contributing to such issues. And we appeal to the stakeholders, the government, and everyone to come on board so that this stress will cease once and forever, so that we can move on to do our job. Because without the journalists, I don't think the country could move forward, because we sensitize the public, educate the public about government policies, and everything is about journalists. And so they should look to it very well to make us safe to do and to go about our duties without fear and panic. For very fortunately, the people in Bono have not recorded much of such cases. But as the saying goes, if you see the beer of your colleague burning, you have to put yours in water so that the fire will not extend to your beer. So we are also saying that we still feel intimidated even though we have not experienced such attacks, because we don't know it's happening in Kasua, Accra, Cape Coast, Takoradi, and very soon, because the corporates are not prosecuted, it will extend to those of us in the region, because even the securities, they think when they do that to us, they are not being prosecuted and they go scot-free, so they can do it to us. So we will not sit down and wait for that to happen to us before we add our voice to that. Journalists in all, we feel insecure because we thought like when we go out and then we are being attacked by individuals, it's the police and the security that we run to. But they are rather turning to attack us. So we feel insecure. And so when we are going somewhere and the police, the military, the securities are there, we don't feel protected because they are rather attacking us. So whom are we to run for security? So it is affecting our duty, all right, because now when you're doing something, you think of those who are to save you or to protect you are rather attacking you. So why don't you also protect yourself? So it's making us relax, and it will affect our duties, because like elections, during elections, if you are going forward, we think we are going to be attacked by the security personnel on the ground. So we will just stay back, and maybe some who don't want trouble may even decide not to go there at all to cover. And if the journalist too is not there to cover or to make the public know what is happening, we all know the consequences that will happen. So they should leave us, and they should rather protect us rather than attacking us. Even when we go wrong, the security, they don't have the right to take the law into their own hands by beating us or putting fear in us. If they think we have wrong, they can take us to court and prosecute us at court, but they don't have to take the law into their hands and beat us, as they themselves have been preaching against taking the law into our hands, preaching against it in the among the public. So why are they doing that? So we think they should rather be our friends rather than now seeing us as being enemies. And even though when they realize that we have taken pictures or anything, they don't have the right to delete or seize our phones, seize our cameras, or seize anything. They should rather come to us friendly and then get to know what we have taken. And then if it comes that when it gets to the public, is going to create confusion, we are their friends. They can communicate with us, so they should build rapport with us, build good communication with us, build good relationship with us, so that we all work together, because our duties are almost the same. They are for security, and then we are also for sensitizing the public. And without us, they can also not do their work. So we ask them that even when we goes wrong, or when we go wrong, they shouldn't take the law into their own hands by maltreating us and putting fear in us. And my advice to the radio owners and the media owners is that even though the police and the security are refusing to take protection over the journalists now and rather turning to attackers, they should find a way of protecting their workers. Because if there is a place that they are going and they feel insecure, they can stop the journalists from going there to work, because that's the best way. It's better for us to live and tell the story rather for us to become a story when we are dead. So we should also advise our people that whenever that they go out, they should be security over themselves, because now we cannot trust or rely on the security. And then again, to my colleague journalists, that whenever that we go out, we must be very cautious, and then we should know the information that are very important for the public. And even when we come, we should cross-check it very well, so that to ensure that all the information that we send out are very accurate and then are very fair, so balanced, so that maybe the other side may not be offended and then tend to attack us. So we should get information correctly and then cross-check them before we ensure publication.
Other media practitioners in the region share similar concern, stating that their rapid increase in military brutality has created a climate of fear. They warn that if these trend continues, the Ghanaian youth will lose interest in journalism, which will ultimately starve the society of vital information and education. The practitioners are also calling on the government as well as a matter of agency to prosecute the perpetrators. This, they believe, will serve as deterrent and encourage security institutions to establish a more professional and collaborative relationship with the media.
I must say that it's a very sad situation that in today's day and age, journalists are being attacked. We are here to serve Mother Ghana. We are just like you, the citizens. We are, when we wear off the journalism attire, we put on citizenry attire. So I don't know why people want to attack journalists. Please, we are just like you. Journalists, we can be equated to the preacher. When you have a problem and you have a journalist as a friend, it's the best the world can ever offer you. I, for one, as a female journalist, I have had several attacks I don't talk about. But for the love of the job, I'm quiet about it. I keep on preaching the gospel according to ethical journalism. I talk to people, I tell them that journalism is not an easy thing. And so if you attack a journalist, you have attacked God and the nation. It's barbaric. Let's say no to attacking journalists.
These incidences have actually demoralized me as a journalist. I have been a journalist for the past 25 years. And in fact, this has been this has been these brutalities on journalists. I mean, I've never heard of this, even if I've been hearing of it, not to this, I mean, sporadic extent. So I think and those that are up and coming, who are anticipating to be journalists, will be discouraged. And so I think that, I mean, it is not the best. It discourages, I mean, the up and coming ones who wants to join the industry, who want to join, I mean, the media platform or the media landscape. So I think something must be done. I mean, it should do. There must be a way of which we could do to encourage the young ones who are coming.
For me, I always feel sad when I hear journalists who is a vulnerable person in the society carrying out their work, their mandated duties as the state require. And people who are supposed to know best and know right thing to do, they are the very people who rather take the law into their own hands, treating the journalists as they are not human beings. And I think it is enough of these things whereby our peers in other institutions disrespect and disregard the journalists. It's like we are not human beings. It's like we are not part of the society. Why are we always treating journalists like they are not human beings?
The security, it is a sad development. And if the IGP is listening, please call your people or your personnel to order. Not only the IGP. I could extend it to the military, fire, prisons, and what have you. I don't think it augurs well to have a journalist as an enemy, because we sell your ideas. We sell what you want to propagate to the general public. So please don't join the masses in attacking journalists. I think that investigations must be thoroughly done and perpetrator or perpetrators brought to book. Let's call a spade and not something else I don't want to mention. Let's have justice for the journalist who was attacked.
On this obnoxious and unwanted and senseless attacks on journalists in this country, Ghana, is uncalled for. Ghana is noted to be a democratic country and the beacon of Africa in terms of, in terms of the geopolitical landscape in the world. So if the security agencies, personnel of the security agencies begin to attack journalists and the general public without even provocation, it's something not to write home about. I don't know the training that they give to them as engaging the military in public affairs. They are supposed to be in the barrack, in their various barracks, and to protect our territorial integrity for us. But now that it has come necessary that they should come to the public and engage in some work, I don't think they should bring their military training into the public domain. I think it is something that before they could engage them publicly, they should should actually give them advice. They should give them some training. That they should not bring the military training they've got to the public. Their superiors talk to them to stop these brutalities. And again, what happened concerning that journalist, I think something must be done. I support that organization which is calling for legal action to be taken against the military, and for that matter, to serve as deterrent to others that will have still their minds to continue with such obnoxious perpetration. So I think that something must be done so that to serve as deterrent.
I am scared as I speak to you now, because when you come up for people to know that you are a journalist, people are afraid of you, people don't want to talk to you, they don't know that they should rather draw closer to you. I would say the discerning ones draw closer, and those who think that journalists are enemies, some say Kotiebeka, some say we are liars and all that. I say I'm sorry. If any journalist has been Kotiebeka, please forgive him or her. Any Kotiebeka sakeke. We Kotiebeka and we speak nothing but the truth. And to the upcoming ones, I said I'm afraid, yes, but I know that those in authority will handle matters. But for you coming, just make sure you love the job, and for the love of it, you will do it. And that's how I'm going. That's how I'm going, and that is what keeps me going. Just take good care of yourself, your safety first. Live to tell the story. Don't let the story tell you.
If a journalist goes against the law, whether you are military, a fire service official, police, or all the security agencies, you don't have the right to give the punishment to the person unless court of competent jurisdiction have taken a punishment to the person. You, the security officer, cannot, even at the point the person has committed a crime. For military, for example, the Military Act 1962, Act 105, states clearly that the military is a profession that officers must behave well, must act well, must not maltreat others, even at the point the person has provoked you. You have gone through so many training. So I'm asking, you who have acquired training, how to handle people, and if the person has committed a crime, is that how to go about handling the person? It is uncalled for. So the military command must bring out those perpetrators to book and let the law take its course. I'm also advocating for the media houses. For example, Media General, they should take a legal suit against those people, because we will be able to find those people who were on duty. The information I got from the scene, or the person who have been victimized, says that you ask him the question and he explained. If you are not comfortable with the answers, is doesn't amount to beating and maltreatment, intimidation. We are not on a banana republic. We are in a society where we use laws to rule the society. Therefore, you must not take the law into your hands and respect the dignity of your people. If not, the respect that we used to have for the military, as for me, I must be frank, I don't really have that same respect. I don't accord such respect to the military again, because they have also reduced their reputation to the general public. So DJ, you to come out with proper, not only press conferences, let's take legal suit against this act.
To add to the bites that I have already given, I will wish that institutions, government institutions, especially parliament, should enforce the laws that are binding on the security agencies, especially that of the military, Act Act 105, 1962, to enforce that act so that it will take full force to prevent the military from such engagement in, I mean, taking undue advantage of the public in harassing them and beatings and all here and there. I think something must be done. The parliament must do something about this. And then if such laws are not all that enforceable, at least there should be a review of the law to make it more enforceable. I mean, so that we will. I mean, there will be peace in the society, because people see soldiers as now, as a result of this, people are getting traumatized even at the sight of soldiers, because the least provocation, without even provocation, they pounce on you, let alone you provoking them in the slightest way. So I think that law enforcement, I mean, should be done. Parliament should do something about it. The president should also not sit down. President should add his voice about this. I remember when that journalist was attacked by the fire service personnel officers, the president made mention of the perpetrators facing the full, rigors of the law. And so I therefore know that with this one that has also added to the, added the insults to the injuries, I know the president will not sit down. He must also be voicing, voicing out about these security agents and their personnel brutalizing journalists and all over the place. And I know the Ghana Journalists Association president should now not sit down. There must be something done. I mean, very, very seriously for the safety of journalists, because we don't have journalists don't, just like any other civilian, we don't move with weapons. We just move with our pens and our notepads. That is all. I mean, what is it? Undertaking our constitutional mandate to inform, educate the public, and entertain them as well. So, what is our crime of undertaking our mandate? So I think this time around, it must, as I said earlier on, legal action, must be taken against the recent incident to give stringent, punishment. Legal action must be taken accompanied with stringent punishment.
My only daughter, Angela Fiasewaboy, she's now doing law in Tech, LLB, level 100. She wanted to do BA in media com if she was not offered law. That is not to say that journalism is not good. It has been her passion. She said, "Mommy, the way you appear on telly and all that." And I said to her, "Well, whatever you are giving, do." He said, "Mama, even after LLB, I will still pursue journalism." And so I'm not against journalism. I'm doing it till Mama calls.